88.9 FM. WDNA.
All right, the music of Gabriel Palatchi and his band from the brand new CD entitled Diario de Viaje, Travel Diary. And if I did everything well, I should have Gabriel Palatchi right here on the phone with me. Gabriel, are you there?
Yeah, Orlando, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much for calling. Really appreciate that.
No, thank you. It's a pleasure for me. I'm a great fan of your music too.
Thank you very much. Where are you at now?
Now I am in Toronto.
Toronto, Canada, but originally from Buenos Aires. You were born there and you started your music career, so to speak, there as a child, right?
Yeah, pretty much I did all my life until I had until 4 years ago. I born there and I go to this music school there.
Yeah, piano was your instrument, always the piano?
Yes, my parents sent me since I have 9 years to piano teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So they always inspire me and push me. They are not musicians, but they always was on.
They encouraged you to play.
Yeah, they really encouraged me.
Yeah, and so you said 4 years ago you left Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
And where'd you end up?
Well, I ended up in Cuba. That was my only plan. When I leave my country, I said I was leaving for 6 months.
Uh-huh.
And my only plan was going to Cuba to go study. That was my dream since I have 17. I always wanted to do it.
And you had an opportunity to play in Cuba, or to?
Yeah, I played, but more than play, I was really studying.
With who?
Well, I have the good luck of studying with Chucho Valdez.
Mm-hmm.
And then I study, of course, with different teachers from timba, salsa, particularly. And I was living as a Cuban. I was consuming the Cuban culture, and I had to say that I would stay much more if I could, but I couldn't stay much more.
And then you ended up. And then where'd you go after that?
And then I go Mexico. I have an opportunity in Mexico, and I started living there in the Caribbean of Mexico for a while. And then, it's just a lot of things that one people that take me to another people that take me to another place that give me an opportunity, and that was how all my trip was. And I have an opportunity of recording my album in Mexico City.
So this recording that we're listening to was recorded in Mexico?
Yes, that was recording at Aguasanta Productions.
Mm-hmm.
I recorded on Juan Manuel Ledesma production, and I post-produced. Sorry, my English.
That's okay.
I produced it and mixed it in the Aguasanta,
mm-hmm.
and I mastered it in New York.
So eventually you ended up in Toronto, Canada.
Yeah.
And the reason I brought all this up is because the music in your recording is influenced by, and it's a representation of, all of these different cultures.
Yes, that's true, and that's how I see music in these days.
In the background, Raíces is playing. So tell me a little bit about that one. There's a lot of things there. I mean, there's everything from tango to everything.
Yeah, and that's what I thought was a good song for finishing my album, because as you can hear in my album, it's a fusion of a lot of styles, and I decided with the last song, they call Raíces, that mean roots, because I'm trying to mix it all, right? And it's I have my background, of course, of Arabian music, Jewish music, something that come in my background too. So you will listen a lot of the Jewish melodies in my songs, and of course the Latin jazz that is. I don't know when people ask me what style of music do you play. I never know really what to say, but the first thing comes to my head is Latin jazz, because for me Latin jazz, a lot of people think that Latin jazz is just Cuban jazz, right? People that is maybe is not into the Latin jazz, but I think Latin jazz is any kind of jazz mixed with Latin American rhythms, and that can happen in any country of Latin America, right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's what Latin is all about. So everything from Argentina, Brazil, Peru, all of those countries, to me as well, they're Latin jazz.
Yeah, that's Latin jazz.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful mix.
Can you tell us a little bit about the people that are playing with you here?
Okay, well, in different songs, you're asking me in
overall, because there's a lot of folks that are listed on the liner notes.
Yes, the bass player is Gabriel Gonzalez. He's a really good friend from Mexico, and the percussionist and the drum, Chema Gonzalez and Manuel Gonzalez. They are brothers, and they are those four guys and are the core of the band, right?
Okay.
They are in every song, but then I decide to invite a lot of different special guests for every song, and of course that's almost that's also my dream to be able to perform on someday with the 20-piece bands, right? And that's why I decided to do that recording. So yes, you will listen from flute to bandoneon. It's a lot of Cuban musicians, also Mexican musicians.
Right.
And yeah, everything I recorded in Mexico City, and I have the opportunity to meet really, really good musicians in the music scene there.
Now, you're pretty active up there in Toronto in the music scene, right?
Yes, I have a good opportunities here. That's why I came to Canada in the beginning, because I have the opportunity to play in a jazz festival, in the Castle Jazz Festival.
Yeah, I saw the YouTube video of that. That was nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, with the background on that, I mean, the mountains and all. Well.
Yeah, it's not only the fact of like the festival as well is where is it? It's on a floating stage on the water.
Yeah.
And people can see you from behind in the boats as well.
Wow.
So it's kind of incredible experience.
Yeah.
So and after that, I decided to stay in Canada for a while. The music scene here is really good, and I will like it's a country I really like in the summer.
Yeah. Starting to get a little cold up there. But in Buenos Aires it gets cold too, right?
Yeah, it can get really cold, not snowy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna come back to Argentina in April, so it will still be warm. I don't know if I was living in the Caribbean for so many times that I get used to the hot weather, right? I know you understand me.
Yeah. That's South Florida. It's all about hot weather. Our winter is like one day, I think.
No cold, and once you get used to that, it's difficult.
Yeah.
To come back to the snow or.
Yeah. Listen, in the background, I've got Inspiración Tulumeña.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and tell me a little bit about that one.
That means it's inspiration, inspiration, right?
Right, inspiration.
Yeah, and Tulumeña is because that's from a place called Tulum.
Right.
That is a place in the Mayan Riviera in Mexico.
Yeah.
And there is where I was living for almost 3 years in that paradise. If you ever have opportunity to go.
Yeah, I visited there on vacation.
Yes, so
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And Cancun and all that area down there, Tulum, Chichen Itza, all of that.
That was really beautiful, and that's one of the songs that I composed in Tulum after being inspired by the place.
Yeah.
And that what it came from.
Now another one that I like. Well, I like the whole album. I told you that before. I've listened to it. Very, very seldom do I listen to an album from beginning to end over and over and over again. But the music, in my opinion, is so well represented by different styles, different things, and they flow so well from one to the other that it's, to me, it's a pleasure to listen to it from, beginning to end. And
thanks so much. I appreciate your.
Yeah, and
what I only can say about the music and the styles is that I think in these days with the music, it's already a lot of the same. That's why, like, I love any kind of. I think it's not any kind of music that I think I would say I don't like. Like everything that is cool, I really love, and I always try to add it to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, I have so many influences around my life. Like when I have 18, I know you won't believe it, but the only thing I heard was Deep Purple. I was a fanatic of hard rock of the 70s, and I was really into that. And that stay on myself, right? Someday, thanks to a good friend of mine, a drummer, Christian in Argentina, he introduced me a CD of Chucho Valdez, of his quartet, and that was it for me. I never recover for that, and I get crazy by the Latin jazz. So
the group you liked back then was Deep Purple, did you say?
Yeah, I was, and the hard rock of the 70s in general.
Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of that on your recording as well.
Yeah, I know in Races you will hear it more.
Yeah.
And of course, I love funk, James Brown, tango. I'm fan of Astor Piazzolla. As I say, the klezmer music, the Arabian music, something that I have on my background too. So I think it's not a particular style on my CD, and that's my idea as an artist. I'm planning to also record my second album, and I really want to keep the same concept for the album and bring music from all around the world and try to make it flow between the songs, right?
Yeah.
Like telling a story from the beginning to the end. That's what I'm trying to.
Well, this one tells a pretty good story about your travels, and obviously the name of it is a dead giveaway. Diario de Viaje, Travel Diary. It just gives everything. The other one I like a lot is Tanzongo. I think that's a beautiful composed piece, with the tango and then going into the songo and then back to the tango at the end. Yeah. Let me ask you one last thing before I let you go. People that might be interested in getting your music, you got a website?
Yes, I have my website. It's GabrielPalatchi.com. If you don't write how to write it, or I know you have a link of my name too in your Facebook.
Yeah, I put it on my Facebook. Yeah,
but it's Gabriel Palatchi.com, and then I have my link to iTunes. There you can buy my music on iTunes, on Amazon, or it's in a lot of stores. But I have my link direct to iTunes in my album, and you can keep upgrade for the shows I'm doing. I'm moving now to the Caribbean again. I'm gonna be in Mexico City doing some tour, and I will be in Argentina in April, and I will be coming back in July.
Well, listen, what you got to do is on the way there, you need to stop in Miami.
Yeah, believe me, I will. It's on the way. It can be more on the way than that.
Yeah, and if you do that, let us know, and I'll be happy to have you here in person in the studio. We can talk, and who knows what else happens. There's a lot of things going on in Miami in the music scene as well, and so that'll be a great opportunity for you as well.
Nice. Yeah, I know that the Latin jazz music scene there is really big, and when I start, when I do trying to see in the internet, the radios in the world that do more Latin jazz, it's incredible how I think the 65-70% of the radio stations are in Miami. That's amazing.
And we're probably one of the only ones that really has a Latin jazz program. We have it 7 days a week. We're on there at in the afternoon, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and then in the evenings on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So WDNA is the only one that brings you the real jazz here in the States. Okay. No,
that's amazing. As I told you before, thank you, people like you that share music with the rest of the world. Is that because we musicians are are still alive, and thank you for that.
All right, well, we appreciate listening to the music and all that. Let me mention one more time. GabrielPalatchi.com is the website. He's also on Facebook. You can look him up, Gabriel Palatchi Pianist. I think it's your handle on Facebook, so to speak. But just Google him, Gabriel Palatchi, Palatchi is the last
I
name.
would love to stay in touch with anyone that will be interested in my music. You can reach me very easily.
Fantastic. Well, I thank you very much for calling us. Really appreciate it. And wish you a great afternoon. Congratulations on your recording. It's a very nice recording. And I know we're going to be hearing more of this as we move on, okay?
I appreciate it. And thank you very much for the opportunity. And thank you for keep sharing the music from all over the world. I know that me and a lot of musicians all around the world, we thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. You have a great afternoon, okay?
Okay, you too. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. We'll talk later.
Muchas gracias.
Igualmente. Bye-bye.
Adiós.
Está claro que si vuelvo, lo haré con la cabeza en alto. Tal vez pareceré obstinado, pero el sentido de mi vida recién ha comenzado.
Está claro que si nuestro amor fue verdadero, sin importar el tiempo ni el espacio, la vida misma reanudará ese lazo.
Yo sé que sí, que la vida tiene diferentes caras, que no se juzga tan solo por las miradas, que hay que aprender a ver las cosas desde el alma. Despiértate, que este mundo está lleno de esperanzas y que los sueños no son solo ilusiones, porque sabemos el tiempo no espera.
Ahí llegó el sabor, patanzongo. A que lo goce, por eso no vacila, no vomitemos. Atiéndeme, ahora te invita con bochinango, para que bailes mi rico mambo. Por eso no vacila, no vomitemos. Gózalo, bailalo, la rumba ya está completa. Si no sabes, no te metas. Por eso no vacila, no vomitemos. Les traigo salsa latina, desde México, Cuba y Argentina, para el mundo. Por eso no vacila, no vomitemos.
The music of Gabriel Palatchi and his band. Recording is entitled Diario de Viaje, Travel Diary, and we thank him very much for taking the time to call us and share all of the information with us about his experiences, both in Buenos Aires and then Cuba, Mexico, now in Toronto, Canada. Thank you very much, Gabriel. We really appreciate that. Check him out, all right?
88.9 FM. WDNA.